TV soap, news, and spoilers. It's a moment that no Days of Our Lives fan could have anticipated, yet it's a story that is set to unfold with heavy hearts and tear-filled eyes. This week, actress Kristian Alfonso returns to the canvas as Hope Brady, just in time for the devastating loss of her father, Doug Williams. Fans of Days of Our Lives have been eagerly awaiting this emotional return, especially as the storyline will center around the grief-stricken Hope learning of Doug's death. And in an exclusive interview, Alfonso opens up about her experience coming back to the show and portraying such a heart-wrenching moment. When Days of Our Lives reached out to Kristian Alfonso to bring her back as Hope for Doug's funeral, she didn't hesitate. "I was so happy and excited that they reached out to me to bring me in," Alfonso shared. She knew how emotionally charged the storyline would be, especially given the deep connection Hope shares with Doug. But as an actress, she felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility to help tell this story with the authenticity and gravity it deserves. Despite the challenges of revisiting such an emotional chapter, Alfonso was ready to step back into Hope's shoes. After all, Hope and Doug's relationship is legendary within the world of Days of Our Lives. And to revisit that dynamic in the wake of Doug's death was something that Alfonso felt honored to do. "I knew how hard it was going to be," she admitted, "but I was happy to be included." In the storyline, Hope will receive the devastating news of her father's passing, and will have to come to terms with the loss of a man who has been a constant presence in her life. For Hope, Doug wasn't just a father figure. He was a source of wisdom, strength, and unconditional love. His passing will leave an indelible hole in her heart, and viewers can expect to see a deeply emotional reaction as Hope processes the shock and grief of losing her father. Alfonso's return is particularly poignant, not just because of her character's grief, but because of the real-life connection she shares with the late Bill Hayes, who played Doug. The legacy of Doug and Julie Williams, played by Seaforth Hayes, is at the heart of the show's history, and it's clear that both actors have had an immeasurable impact on Days of Our Lives. In many ways, Doug and Julie are the anchors of Salem, representing decades of love, trials, and tribulations that have resonated with fans across generations. Upon reuniting with Seaforth Hayes on set, the two actresses shared an emotional moment that was as real as it was heartbreaking. "When I returned to set, Susan and I immediately embraced," Alfonso recalled. "The bond between the two women, both on screen and off, is evident, and it was clear that this scene would be more than just a scripted moment. It would be an emotional and cathartic release for both of them." Seaforth Hayes, who has spent decades portraying Julie Williams, had to face the dual burden of losing her on-screen husband while also mourning the real-life passing of her beloved husband, Bill Hayes. "Susan is a real, beautiful warrior," Alfonso remarked. She went on to acknowledge how difficult it was for Susan, who had to not only cope with her personal grief, but also relive that pain on screen. "It was doubly difficult for her," Alfonso said, "because she had to live with this loss in real life, and then had to relive it on camera." The strength Seaforth Hayes has shown, both in her personal life and as an actress, has been truly remarkable. Alfonso also praised her co-star for her powerful performance, which pays tribute to both Bill Hayes and Doug Williams. "She really is a warrior, having to go through all of that and still deliver such an emotional performance," Alfonso added, highlighting Seaforth Hayes' dedication to honoring her late husband through her portrayal of Julie's grief. Their shared bond in this storyline creates a raw and authentic portrayal of loss, not just for the characters, but for the actors who are living through it in real life. For Hope Brady, the news of Doug's death will be a pivotal moment in her life. The relationship between Hope and Doug was always one of deep respect and affection, with Doug often serving as a guiding force in Hope's life. As a father figure, Doug provided a steady hand in Hope's often tumultuous journey, and his absence will undoubtedly leave a void in her heart. Hope's grief will be palpable as she navigates the aftermath of Doug's death. The funeral scenes are expected to be some of the most emotional in Days of Our Lives history, as family members come together to honor Doug's legacy. The return of Hope, combined with the already emotional funeral proceedings, will undoubtedly have a profound impact on the entire Williams family, as well as the people of Salem who have witnessed Doug's decades-long presence on the show. The death of Doug Williams marks the end of an era on Days of Our Lives. Doug and Julie have been central to the show's legacy, and with Bill Hayes' real-life passing, the show is navigating an emotional chapter. But for Kristian Alfonso, returning to the show to portray Hope's grief and to reunite with her co-stars is an emotional and fulfilling experience. As Days of Our Lives continues to honor the legacy of Doug Williams, Hope's return to the show brings with it a sense of closure and healing. Though the pain of Doug's loss will be felt deeply, this storyline also marks a moment of reflection on the love and memories Doug brought to Salem. Hope's journey through grief will be a testament to the enduring impact Doug had on her life and the lives of those around him. Alfonso's return as Hope is not just a moment for the show. It's a tribute to the fans who have followed Hope's journey for years. He was such a big part of the show, Alfonso noted, referencing Doug's integral role in the Days of Our Lives legacy. As she steps back into Hope's shoes, Alfonso is bringing with her the same passion and dedication that made Hope one of the most beloved characters in soap opera history. Though it's a time of loss and mourning for the characters of Days of Our Lives, it's also a time for reflection on the incredible contributions of the late Bill Hayes. Through Hope's emotional journey, fans will have the opportunity to say goodbye to Doug in the most personal and poignant way possible. Our TV channel, Soap News and Spoilers, is the place for those who want to know how the Salem story goes, as well as great Days of Our Lives updates and news. So subscribe to our channel to get what you want. Bye-bye.